Hey everyone, this is a offshoot video that we're doing because we've been tagged, and not just tagged, but double tagged.
Yeah, by two YouTube users, Maddie J Mania and
Black and Blue 13, I think, but Eric's his name. And we've been chatting online a lot lately, and he tagged us, and Maddie J tagged us today. And what's interesting is there were some different questions from each of them. Like, so this is one of those YouTube or social media challenges where people tag someone and say, list your three favorite blank, or answer these questions, or whatever. So that's what this challenge is, and we figured we'd do six questions. The three we got from one person, and the three we got from the other person. So, and then at the end, dun dun dun, we will tag three other people. So watch out. So
we said that simultaneously.
I know.
We didn't
so
plan
you really
that.
better watch out. So I have a note card because there's 6 questions, and 6 is like a high number for me to remember.
Our brains can't think.
So I'll start with the questions from Eric. Since he tagged us first, we'll do those ones. So his first question was, what's the one big game that you would love to find in the wild that you're always looking for? So Megan, why don't you say your obvious but awesome choice?
I feel like so many people pick this one, but it's such an awesome game. I luckily was able to play like a I can't think of the word now.
A ROM.
A ROM of it, yeah, at one of my friend's houses a few months back, and it's such an awesome game. I've heard nothing but good things about it. You know, so even though it's very expensive and highly sought after, to play it would be well worth it. Little Samson. I just realized I was rambling about it for 5 minutes.
Many collectors want that game,
yes.
But I think that and actually kind of my game choice too is similar to this. That's a game that isn't just rare, and like Flintstones or something. It's actually a really good game, and I think that's a good choice because we want it's good to find a collectible game and stuff, but
I don't want to just have it because it's rare. I mean, we'll take any rare games. If we find them, hey, go us. But I want to be able to enjoy it. I don't want to just stick it in and be like, oh, this game's so boring, this freaking piece of crap.
And I spent so much on it.
I can't believe I blew like $600 on that. That's not going to happen.
But with Little Samson, that would be like awesome. It was a ton of money, and although your question was also like, would you like to find in the wild? And we know some people out there, game chasers, who have found Little Samson in the wild. So that would be a dream game to find in the wild.
Yes.
So even if it was just like card only.
Or Surprise at Dinosaur Peak.
They find that
one of those Panic Restaurant. It'd be cool to find those. But
Little Samson, from what we played, is actually an awesome game.
Yes.
So I think that's a very good choice.
Yes.
And my choice is actually another one that's one that people, collectors, and otherwise look for, but I'm a diehard fan of the series, and so I feel like I'm missing a piece of one of my favorite series. And I have the other 2 games for the system that I enjoy greatly, and that is the Panzer Dragoon series. As you can see, I have Panzer Dragoon 1 and Panzer Dragoon 2, but no Panzer Dragoon Saga. And that has been my white whale of games forever. I saw it back when it first released. I was in like 8th grade, I think, when it released. And I saw it at Electronics Boutique in our old local mall, and I was like, oh, I gotta get that because I love the series.
Isn't it the worst feeling too? Like
I didn't get
when you see a game. I mean, I don't remember seeing Little Samson in my childhood, but that's the worst feeling when you remember seeing it. It was right there, just within your grasp. It looked
just like another one of these, and I was like, oh, I should get that. But I was in 8th grade, so I wasn't like working yet. So it was like an allowance that I had to pay for at the time, or begging. So I was like, oh, I got to get that someday. But then I read in the next issue of Electronic Gaming Monthly that it was super awesome and super uncommon because they didn't make many of them, and the rest is history, and it just goes up every year. So someday I'll have it, but it's my most wanted. And if I found it in the wild, like if I just saw like Saturn games at some flea market or something, and I saw that there, I would probably be the happiest person in the world at that moment. So
next,
the second question from Eric was, what are we going to do in the off season, like in winter when we can't go out game hunting at garage sales, and we can still do the flea market in Syracuse, but it's still going to be cold. It's not going to be as much game hunting in the winter. So
unless we start hitting people up and on Facebook. Like, hey, what video games you got?
Yeah, we'll still go to stores and stuff, but we definitely, we have other hobbies, so Megan, you...
Yeah, I don't know how much I've talked about this in some of the other videos. I actually have my own art side business that I do. Past year and a half, I unfortunately haven't spent a lot of time with it, but I do portraits, murals, other commissioned artwork, and I'd like to kind of spend a little more time with that. I grew up with a very, strong passion for art ever since I was wee little and I could first hold a crayon. So, any time apart from spending on being creative and art and making things, I get a little so that's one aspect of my life that I would really like to refocus on and start getting back into it, if not for myself but also for the business too, because hey, extra money is always good. But yeah, that's probably the main thing, just because I've been focusing so much on video games. I work 2 jobs now. I've just been tired, so I have really neglected my art, and that makes me sad.
Well, winter is coming, so
yeah.
you can maybe find some time when you're locked inside of the snow. So yeah,
with Jon Snow. What?
Not with Jon, but because of the snow. I mean, that would be nice.
I was hoping.
For me, now besides games have always been my number one hobby, but I was a pretty big movie buff for a long time. I used to buy movies regularly and watch movies more regularly. Lately, I'll admit, games have really overtaken my time. I mean, when I have free time, I want to, because I'm spending all this time collecting and stuff, I want to play these games. So I really, and I did pretty good. This year I've beaten a lot of old games that I grew up playing and never finished. Like I finished the original Legend of Zelda and all that. But movies are something, I missed out on a lot of good movies over the summer, and I don't really like to go to the theater anymore because to me it's not worth paying for. I mean, every once in a while it is, but so I'll do it every once in a blue moon. But still, I don't really buy DVDs or Blu-rays much. I use Netflix. I use Friends, HBO Go. But I think over the winter I want to catch up on some movies I've missed, and keep up with some movies that come out over that period because there's a lot of good stuff coming through the end of the year. And I think I want to catch up on some shows, too. I mean, I love HBO shows. We just finished True Detective. Well, I watched it, but Megan and I watched it together so she could watch it.
Yeah,
there's some anime shows I want to watch. There's more HBO shows like Deadwood, Sopranos. I haven't finished. Stuff like that I really want to catch up on.
But next question.
The last one from Eric was, if you could dedicate your room to one series, what would it be? Well, we already have a kind of shelf and corner and parts of the room, and
different nooks and crannies of the house.
Nooks and crannies of the house that are dedicated to the Legend of Zelda series because we're big fans of the series. So we'll show you some footage of the Zelda collection so far, so you can see what we have. We don't have a ton of stuff, but
that's definitely both our answer. Favorite game series since I was wee little.
Me too. So.
And it's just so awesome.
And I don't know. I just like the visuals of it and stuff, like, so like if you have like displays and stuff from Zelda, I just love the way it looks. I love the gold cartridges from the old games. There's a lot of gold themes to it, and I'm not even a big fan of gold otherwise, but it just looks cool with the Zelda franchise, and
I don't know,
the figures, the artwork and stuff,
the music, the everything.
So we probably, if we had a room dedicated to one game, it probably would be that. There's other games for me, like Metal Gear is a huge series that I love, but I don't know if I'd want to dedicate a whole room to it. I have a friend who has a pretty good Metal Gear collection that I'm jealous of, but it's peppered within the rest of this room. And I think still we really want to just keep building up our entire collection, and as a whole, we like having variety. We're not just collecting one system, but Zelda would be the one series.
Zelda would probably have the most stuff, figures, standees, etc.
Now, to continue it, here's Matty J's tags. Now, Matty J, he's another YouTuber like Eric, and met him through our mutual friend Grimsy42, Scott, who you've seen in some of other videos. He actually told us, hey, check out this guy's channel, and I checked it out, and Megan checked it out, and we were like, wow, this is a good channel, and I messaged him online. I was like, hey, man, great channel, good talking to you. So we've, interacted online, but we've never met, and like he said in his video, it's
soon.
One day soon. But
that is my favorite thing. I love saying it, too. Yeah. I love meeting up with other gamers in the community, near, far, wherever. Yeah, it's just, it's so awesome. You guys are like the brothers and sisters.
It's really awesome
very
meeting
cool.
everybody. And talking online even is just so cool. Finding
everybody's been so
similar-minded
nice
people.
And,
I love it.
I
thank you for the online friendships because we love it. So
Kodak moments.
So his questions were, and I think these are more of the standard that I've heard on these tag videos. So, what game do you most want complete in box? So CIB.
So different from Black and Blue's question.
Finding in the Wild.
Finding the Wild is different from Complete in Box. So Complete in Box, I recently played Earthbound this year. Absolutely
I played it
loved
even earlier this year. Or no, I played it last year when we got
Yeah,
our...
I really, really loved it. I'm really happy I took the time to play it. It's such a cool game. It's so freaking cool, and if you haven't played it, it's awesome. Very unique. Unlike any... I mean, similar, but...
It's very
unique, yes. It's unlike
on RPG.
Yes, it's unlike anything else I've played before. It reminds me of some other things that followed it. But definitely it's such a cool game, and I'm very, very happy I played it. I've already said that, but if I could get one game complete in box, that would be it.
Just such a unique packaging as well.
So cool.
So to have that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think the complete in box has scratch and
Snickers, strategy guide. It's a bigger box. Game. It's just so cool to have. A nice display piece on one of our favorite games. So that's
something, one of my many wants in life. But that is definitely what I would love to have complete in box. That and all, not that I can pick a second thing, the usual, but definitely like all the Zelda games that I don't have complete in box, I'd like complete in box.
Yeah.
Earthbound is up there though.
For me, the most complete in box, I have a ton of just general games that aren't impossible to get. Like I want to get, like she mentioned, the older Zeldas. We have the cart and manual and all that stuff, map, but we don't have the boxes for the old Zeldas. But for me, it's kind of there's a double reason why I'm looking for this. I've been collecting Atlas games a lot lately, like you've seen in all of our pickup videos. And one Atlas game that's really pricey and hard to get is Crusader of Senti, and it's for Sega Genesis, and it's kind of like a Legend of Zelda style game, and it's published by Atlas. It says it on the box. I was like, oh. And it's a cardboard Genesis game, and those ones just don't last as much. So when it's like hard to find because it's a cardboard Genesis game and they get battered and bruised, and it's one of the rarest games on the Genesis. I feel like that would be one that if I had complete in box, I'd be so happy because it would satisfy the Genesis player in me who grew up playing Sega, but also the Legend of Zelda fan, since it plays that like Legend of Zelda, and the Atlas collecting. So it's like a threefer, I'd say. So the second question is not gaming related, but it's what's your favorite chip? So what's your favorite chip, Megan? Potato chip.
Oh boy.
Crisps if you're across the pond.
That's so cute. I love it.
Crisps.
Crisps. My favorite crisps.
What are your favorite crisps?
Can I have them with tea? I don't know what I'm doing.
Tea and crisps.
I'm tired. It's late again. But I guess I could say Pringles. It's weird because I eat chips, but I don't eat chips a lot. You know what I get a lot of is Chuck's Mix, like that kind of mix.
And Munchies. She likes those Munchies.
Yeah, like bar snack food, like with the Cheetos and Doritos and pretzels and Cheez-Its, like that kind of stuff. I love. Chex Mix, there's like a chocolate one too, or dark chocolate that's got like M&Ms and.
Nah, it's kind of stretching chip.
I'm going off on a tangent there, but I get distracted when it comes to food. But I like any of those sort of like Munchies, Chex Mix type of snacks. I don't really eat a lot of chips, to be honest. At least I don't think I do. I think I eat more Chex Mix type stuff. You, on the other hand, you love your chips.
I love my chips. And I got, when I was growing up, Andy Capp's hot fries were my favorite snack. But they've changed a little bit. Sometimes I'll get a bag and it tastes just like when I grew up.
They suck now.
Sometimes they're crap. So I'm not going to count that anymore because it's just not right now what is the best. It used to be the best though. Right now it's kind of a toss-up. I got to pick two. I like, there's Utz's brand potato chips, which I don't know if they're super popular around the country, but they were in Mad Men, so I know it's more than just this area. Utz's brand has this hot and spicy chip. It's got like a purple bag with flames on it and a little bit of white on the top. So it's a really good chip. It's very spicy, so I usually drink milk with it. But it tastes really good. It's not just spicy.
This makes me so happy talking about chips.
And I like that one a lot. It is very hot, but there's a brand Terrell's in Central New York area that their barbecue used to taste like this hot only without the hot taste, but that's what the flavor tasted like. And they changed to like a more mild barbecue, which I don't like anymore. But this chip, when I found it, I was like, "Ooh, this is hot." But then I was like, "But it tastes kind of like those old Terrell's barbecue chips." So I think that's why I like that a lot. But I got a honorable mention. The one of the newer Doritos flavors. It's in the purple bag, and it's I think it's spicy sweet chili.
Yeah.
I think is the flavor. That's the best Dorito I've ever had. It's amazing, and I was so mad when Taco Bell's Dorito.
Flavorful?
It's flavorful. It's wicked flavorful.
It's
one of my favorite words
word.
when describing food. But it's.
That's why I was giggling, because I was waiting.
She was waiting for it, and then she ended up saying it. So hot. But it's really good. So it's my favorite Dorito. I don't really like other Doritos. I mean, I'll eat them.
You can only pick one chip name.
Okay, Utz's is the number one. So. All right, so that's that one, and
last question.
The last question from Maddie J was best vacation.
Our favorite together vacation. What did we decide on? Oh Lord, was it the last time we went to South Carolina?
So it must not be the favorite. No.
No, I'm just
last
brain freezing.
Okay,
South Carolina.
Past couple years, not every year, but over the past few years, we've gone and visited my sister down in South Carolina. Actually, before we were married, we went down there. We went there a couple years after that, and then we went this year. So it's fun going down and visiting my sister and her family and everybody's down there still, and it's great weather down there compared to New York, so it's always great to get away. But this year was really special. We
went to Charleston.
Because they live there now,
it's beautiful.
And my sister
So
Kathy
beautiful.
and her husband Rufus live down there. We got to stay with them. Her son Zach, my nephew, came down with us because he lives up here. So it was the three of us. We got to stay there, and the food we had was delicious. And we checked out some game stores down there. They were far. They were like an hour from where they were, but they were really cool game stores.
Really cool game stores. We also went to Fort Sumter, which was awesome. I appreciate historical things so much more than when I was a kid.
Towns and stuff like that.
You know, that stuff's just so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
It's very cool to check out that part of town and that piece of history. Also, this is kind of a more cutesy thing, but the apartments that my sister-in-law and brother were staying at had all these like little turtles. I know I'm rambling right now. You kind of had to be there.
There's little
they would all like
ponds
hang out
in between the apartment, or
like outside, and I'd go out and watch them.
There was like 40. We counted 40 turtles with their heads
like
sticking out in the
line
pond.
up,
It was
like,
so cute. In the morning, we'd like go out like a cup of coffee and like
just like chilling.
So yeah, it was cool.
We also went to. I'm drawing a blank where in Charleston is, but it's like right by the water, and there's all these like big, beautiful, elaborate, colorful houses. Like some are pink, some are yellow, like very.
And they have some like reality
beautiful
show filmed there too, with like some
Housewives
rich, something, I don't know. But that area was really cool.
But,
we walked along the water.
Yeah, that was very, very
They had like
cool.
a flea market-esque area. It wasn't flea market though, but it was similar.
Yeah, there was that. Was it downtown Charleston? I'm
No,
not
it was near
familiar
that.
with
It was near that.
area,
That strip.
yeah, the downtown Charleston area was awesome. Much better than downtown Syracuse. A lot cleaner. Just way more stuff. Just I don't know. It was awesome. It was a very fun trip. It actually felt like a vacation. Just get away from everything.
And so, what's your favorite solo vacation?
My favorite solo vacation. I haven't, unfortunately, done a whole lot of traveling in my life. Something that I would like to change at some point. I haven't even been to like the West Coast. Any traveling I've done has been on this side or East Coast. My favorite trip was to New York City a couple years ago, and I've been to New York City a few times, but the times I went were strictly like Manhattan, Times Square, boom, 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 big flashy lights, advertisements in your face, woo, which was fun the first 2 or 3 times I saw it. And I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, because I know some of you probably haven't been to New York City. But it's fun, but my best experience going, I went with Zach, who we mentioned nephew, yeah, and then we mentioned earlier. And we just went, walked the city. We literally went to go eat food and check out like different jazz bars and stuff. There's one that was really cool named Zinc that had like a cool bossa nova band playing and a live musician, which I wish I could remember her name. Shows you how memorable it was.
It was so memorable.
No, but it was so cool just walking through Greenwich Village, just really taking in the city, without the touristy crap. Just taking it in, just walking and exploring. I took the subway for the first time, which was it was a subway. It smelled like homeless people and piss, but you know, it was a subway. But that was an experience that I'd never done before. Very, very cool. And of course, like, you know, we first pulled into we took a bus, pulled into like Times Square, and you know, there's the first initial like, oh, the lights and everything. It was kind of nice to get away from that and see just other parts of Manhattan. I went to Central Park, never been there before. Just other parts of the city that I never saw before, and I could go on forever, but it was so much fun, and I just, you know, I wouldn't want to live in the city, but it was like a weekend that kind of stuck with me. I don't know, it was just really cool.
Sounds
Go
like
you.
fun.
Go you.
The best solo trip I took wasn't solo because it was with some friends, but I guess not together with Megan. I went there twice, but the first time I went to Maine. Me and my friends went, and like my friend and his brother, and those are both my friends, and then their cousin and like their mom and sister. So we went down or up to Maine through Vermont. So that was a great stop, seeing the mountains, like the mountain valleys of Vermont are so beautiful with the trees and stuff. So, and there was a little gas station that you drive on that path to get to Maine that has like these whoopie pies for sale, like homemade whoopie pies, and they're delicious. And so that was a cool stop from that trip. And then getting up into Maine, we stayed at two hotels. We stayed at a motel in the woods in like the more like rugged area of Maine, and then we stayed on a coastal beach hotel for, you know, like a more of a typical vacation. So it was cool that I had both angles of it. The motel, it's called the Malliacket Motel, and they have a heated pool and a hot tub and a sauna, and there wasn't really many people staying there, so we were able to just kind of have the whole room to ourselves and just like swim whenever we wanted. We swam like so many times.
Yeah.
And it was
I'm just
relaxing.
picturing all you guys like hanging out in the jacuzzi, like.
We'd go in the jacuzzi and then jump in the heated pool, and the heated pool would feel cool because you're just in the jacuzzi or sauna. And then we went rock hounding in the woods near there, finding, because my friend's a big fan of like minerals and rocks, or Jesus Christ, Marie, they're minerals, not rocks. Like a Breaking Bad reference. Yeah, we went rock hounding for those, and then we went to the beach and walked the beach, went swimming, went to the boardwalk.
I wasn't expecting that.
And I was like, I can't think of rocks and minerals without thinking of Hank from Breaking Bad.
With all those, like...
Yeah, with his minerals, not rocks. But and then another, bringing it back around to video games. I went on that trip when WarioWare, the very first one, came out for Game Boy Advance, and got it on that trip, and we were all passing around the Game Boy Advance like a pipe. We were passing it around.
I was gonna say.
And played it the whole time. And that game, I still love that first WarioWare. It was so fresh and new at the time. You know, now there's a lot of mini game collection stuff, but that one was so different, and I still love that series and that game particularly. And it's tied to that trip in my memories. So that's another thing that helps make that one of my most fun vacations. And, you know, having best buds with you is always fun. And now that this video's gone way too long, we gotta get to the most important part of the video, which I hope you stay to the end, guys. It's our turn to tag 3 people. And since we have 6 questions, we'll only pick 3 of the questions there. But first, the people we're gonna tag. So we of course want to tag. This is a twofer. We gotta tag our buddies Andy and Oleg from the A&O Retro Show, and we'll tag everybody's YouTube channel in the description below. But A&O Retro Show, you guys, you aren't gonna miss out on this. So you're the first group tag.
Nobody's safe.
The second person is our good friend Adam Nelson. He goes by Gunstar online, our Saga friend on YouTube. We want to have you answer these questions. And then lastly, one of the many new through YouTube connections we have is a semi-local friend. He's only 45 minutes away from us. His name's Brad, and he's on B Squared Gaming. So I wanted to shout out to you, Brad. You can answer these questions, and so we'll pick 3 of them. I think I'm gonna go with the what game do you want complete in box question as the first one. So all you guys, what game do you really want complete in box? Not just a game you're looking for, but having it complete in box. So that's the first question.
I'm gonna pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one anyway,
because well, look at that. I like to get to know our fellow gaming community people.
Mm-hmm.
That means peoples.
Gaming community people.
Second question is, besides video games, during the off season of garage sales, what do you want to do besides gaming in the winter? I guess. Does that make sense? Yeah.
What is your other hobby that, like, when you can't go game
hunting
in the, like, you can a little bit in the winter, we know that, but, there's not garage sales, there's not stuff like that. What other stuff?
Unless you live down south. But
that's true.
You guys
but
don't
you guys
live
all
down
live
south,
local. You live in New York State at least, so you can.
Yeah, like I want to get to know you guys a little bit, and what are you gonna do this winter when it's 6 feet of snow and 30 below zero?
Exactly. And I guess just so we have one non-gaming. Or, I mean, the last one, I guess, wasn't related to gaming, but it's what you're doing besides gaming. But just of the other non-gaming related questions, we'll go with the vacation one. What was your favorite vacations that you've taken? So, that's the 3 questions. Thanks for...
those are good questions.
I think they're good.
Yeah.
So you've been tagged. We're all going to be a part of this social media meme stuff that goes around. Because, once you're tagged, you got to do it.
You have to, or you'll die.